Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to start topic on analysis and interpretation of financial statements. Students, before starting this chapter, it is necessary to understand the meaning of financial statement word. The term financial statements refers to two basic statements prepared by whom? Prepared by accountant at the end of accounting period. What are those two basic statements? The first one is profit and loss account, and second one is student balance sheet. This is the meaning of financial statement. What we are going to cover in this video, students, we are going to cover balance sheet part. In balance sheet part, first we are going to cover the format of balance sheet, because it is very much needed to understand the format of balance sheet. And after understanding the format of balance sheet, we are going to target on technique that is known as comparative. So after looking at this video, after completing of this video, you are going to understand that comparative technique in the financial statement. Let's start with the vertical statement, students. So here we are going to start with the vertical statement. The number one is first is sources of fund. See, before starting with the balance sheet, it is very much needed. It is very much needed to arrange the funds. From where we are going to arrange the funds, students? See, we are going to arrange the fund from two parts. The important two parts. The number one is, students, proprietor funds. And second one is, students, borrowed funds. Yes. These are the two sources of fund from where we are going to arrange the fund. In proprietor of fund, there are two subheadings. The first heading is share capital, students. And number two is reserve and surplus. Yes. And in borrowed fund, we can take the example of debenture. We can take the example of long fund. These are going to come under borrowed fund. And we are going to add this when we are going to add proprietor fund and borrowed fund. Where we are going to add proprietor fund and borrowed fund, then we are going to, what, students? We are going to get capital employed. Please try to understand this. See, you people have heard the meaning of capital in 11th or 12th standard, that what is the meaning of capital? The money which is invested into the business. But now here we have written the word capital employed. See, now we are going to take two parts. One is proprietor fund and borrowed fund. एक पैसा खुद का है और एक पैसा मांगा हुआ पैसा है. जब दोनों पैसा बिजनेस के अंदर लगेगा, then we are going to say what? Capital employed. This is the format of student sources of fund. So how we are going to write in the format? See, share capital consists of two parts. You know that one is equity shares and second one is preference shares. See, so we are going to write the amount of equity shares here. We are going to write the amount of preference shares here. The same in the borrowed reserve and surplus, whatever the amount is given in the reserve and surplus, what are going to come under the reserve and surplus? If it may be there in the question, maybe it will ask profit and loss account, or whatever the general reserve, GR, whatever it is there in the question, you need to write under the heading of reserve and surplus. So here I am writing the amount here, for example. Now look here, students, same for the debenture also. So we are going to add this. We are going to write the amount here. We are going to total of this. We are going to write the amount here. Same in the case of debenture also. The amount directly we are going to write in the second column because only one heading is there in the borrowed fund. Then this is the total of all three, right? This is the total of all three students. Yes. Now see, now we are going to see the balance sheet part. Now you have arranged the fund, students. आपके पास funds आ चुका है. कहाँ से आ चुका है? एक खुद का फंड्स आ चुका है, प्रोप्राइटर फंड, और आपके पास दूसरा आ चुका है बोरोड फंड. अभी आपके पैसे का अरेंजमेंट तो हो गया. नाउ व्हाट यू आर गोइंग टू डू? नाउ यू आर अप्लाई द फंड्स. वेयर यू आर गोइंग टू अप्लाई इट, स्टूडेंट्स? द नंबर वन you are going to apply. The number one you are going to apply in the fixed assets. Yes. The second you are going to apply, students, in investment. You are going to invest somewhere. And the third one is you are going to write in the working capital. Yes. Please note, students, fixed assets. Fixed assets is also known as, student, non-current assets. What we are calling fixed assets is also known as non-current assets. It may be classified into tangible and intangible, student. For example, here if I am going to write land and building. Yes. Land and building is a tangible asset, students. Plant and machinery. Plant and machinery is also what? Tangible assets. If you are going to talk about goodwill, so goodwill is an intangible asset. If you are going to talk about patents, copyright, so this is also what? Intangible asset. So whatever the amount we are going to write, we are going to write in the first column, and the total of this we are going to write in the second column. Is it clear, students? Now the investment, whatever the investment is given in the question, just you need to mention here. For example, long-term trade. So directly you are going to write long-term trade, investment, whatever the thing is given. So you are going to write the amount here. Now working capital, student. What is the meaning of working capital? Working capital is the excess of two things. The number one is, it is the excess of current assets, and it is current assets minus current liability. This is the formula of working capital. See, these funds, actually the working capital funds are conducting or are for the purpose of day-to-day operation of the business. So here I am going to write the amount in the first column, and the total of this we are going to write in the second column, and the third one is we are going to write here. See, this is capital employed. The total of this is capital employed. Liability is equal to assets. Are you getting my point, students? Yes. So now we have covered the vertical format. It is very much necessary, students, to learn the format. Once you are going to learn the format of balance sheet, then it is very much easy to understand the comparative part. So now we have completed this format. Now we are moving to comparative part, student. Here is the format. You can see in the balance sheet, liability part consists of two things. Number one is students borrowed fund, and number one is proprietor fund, students, and number two is borrowed fund. We are going to add these two, so we are going to get what? Capital employed. These sources of fund we are going to apply in the business. Now the part is application of funds. So we are going to apply three parts. First one is in the fixed assets we are going to apply. Second, in the investment we are going to apply. And third part is working capital. This format you need to understand, students, and you need to learn this format before moving to the techniques of comparative statement. Now look here, student. This is the outcome of our topic. Now try to understand how we are going to solve comparative balance sheet. Look here, student. This is a question which is going to ask for the 10 marks. From the following, prepare a comparative balance sheet of B Limited in a vertical form suitable for the analysis. Look here, this is a question. Liability part is given here. Liabilities 31st 3/22, 31st 3/23. Assets is also given 31st 3/22 and 31st 3/23. Now it is look here, students. Share capital is given 1,20,000, 1,43,500. Bank loan is given 21,000, 21,000, 28,000. Current liability is also given 69,000, 76,000. If you are going to see the assets, then fixed assets is given 88,500, 1,05,000, investment 18,000, 24,000. Current asset is also given 1,03,500 and 1,18,500 students. See, if you can see this, this is not in the standard format which we have seen in the previous slide. See, this is our standard format. So what we are going to do, we are going to see this question and we are going to write in the vertical statement. Refer to the next slide, students. How you are going to write? See, B Limited. It is given in the question. Comparative balance sheet as on 31st March. So look here, students, particular. Now only we have seen this. Sources of fund consist of two parts. One is proprietor fund, that is shareholder fund, and second one is borrowed fund, that is loan funds. So this is the total of capital employed. Then application of funds. First, we are going to write in the fixed assets, second investment, and look here, third in the working capital, that is excess of current assets over current liability. And here I have copied the amount from the question. You can go through the question. See, for example, share capital is given 1,20,000 and 1,43,500. So here in the answer I have written in the share cap in front of the share capital 1,20,000 and 1,43,000, 1,43,500 students. Now see how we are going to move ahead. See, it is very important. We are going to make two more columns. These three columns we have copied from the question. Now we are going to make two more columns. One column is increase or decrease. We are going to compare this data, students. We are going to compare this data from the year 22 to 23. For example, look here it is given 1,20,000 and in the next column it is given 1,43,500. So according to me, and we can see this is an increase of how much? This is an increase of 23,500. Now what we are going to do in the percentage column, now we are going to calculate the percentage. How we are going to calculate the percentage? See, we are going to divide 23, look here, 23,000 divided by 1,20,000 multiplied by 100. In this format, we are going to do. For example, third column will going to divide by first column and multiply by 100 in every case, in each step. So 23,500. If we are going to 23,500 divide by 1,20,000 multiply by 100, then we are going to get the answer, student, 19.58%. Then same in the next column. This is the part of comparative. Yeah, this is the way we are going to compare both the statements. See, 21,000 is given in 22 year and in 23, 28,000 is given. So 21 and 28 difference is of how much? Difference is of 7,000 rupees. So it's the same way we are going to third column divide by first column multiply by 100. So if we are going to see, then we got 33.33%. Same way, 1,41,000, 1,71,500. Difference is of students 30,500 rupees. Same we are going to divide 3,500 divide by 41,000 multiply by 100. We are going to get the answer 21.63%. This is the total of this. This is capital employed. Now we are going to see application of funds. Application of fund, fixed assets is given 88,500. Here it is given 1,05,000. So this is the difference. Difference amount is how much, students? Difference amount is 16,500. Yes. So we are going to divide 16,500 divide by 88,500 multiply by 100. So we are going to get the amount 18.64%, student. Is it clear? Now we are going to see the investment. Difference is of 1824, difference is of 6,000. So we are going to divide 6,000 divide by 6,000 divided by 18,000 multiply by 100. So we are going to get 33.33%. In this way, we are going to solve. Now come here. Working capital, current assets 1,03,500 and 1,18,500. So we are going to get the difference of 15,000 rupees. Now 15,000 divide by 1,05,500 multiply by 100. This we are going to divide multiply by 100. So we are going to get, student, 14.49%. Same year, 69,000 and 76,000. Yes. So we are going to get the difference of 7,000 rupees. So same 7,000 divided by 69,000 multiply by 100. If you are going to do, then you get 10.14%. Now look here, students. This is the difference. 34,500 and 42,500. The difference is 8,000 rupees, students. So here I am writing 8,000. Now 8,000 divided by 34,500 is 23.19%. Now here 1,41,000 and 1,71,500. The difference is 3,500. Yes, 3,500 divided by 1,41,000 multiply by 100. So we are going to get 21.63%, students. If you can see this, capital employed is 21.63%. And if you are going to see this, the part of liability part, capital employed, so you are going to get 21.63%. So this is the sum of students' comparative balance sheet. I hope you have understood this video. Thank you and bye to all.